It is real. It's 91.9 real. Grow Grenada. Grow Grenada. Grow. 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning, Chester, Bandy, David. How are you this morning, my brother? Let us pray.
Thank you, Mr. Donald. Good morning to you and the listeners of Real FM. Gracious and eternal Father in heaven, we approach you this morning to say a big thank you this morning for your goodness. Again, we ask you, God, to continue to protect us as a nation, as a people. This morning, we are grateful that you say that men are to not to faint, but to pray. God, you say that we should watch and pray. Pray without ceasing. This morning we thank you that we have access to you. This morning, Father, we ask you to touch him. And God, you is a restorer, you is a healer. So we thank you for him this morning. We bless your name, God. We thank you for your favor over your son. Thank you for real FM because we serve a real God. We thank you every morning that we can come and cry out to you, God, and make our petition before you, God. And by faith believing God, you always come true for us. This morning we thank you for the rain. We thank you for every farmer over our nation. Continue to protect them, God. Even as we're in the hurricane season, Father, we ask you, God, to, oh God, protect every farmer this morning. The crops, oh God, everything that they plant, Lord. We ask you to protect it, Lord. God, we're in the hurricane season and we know what disasters can do. But God, we ask you this morning that your favor and your protection over Grenada, Carrick and Petty Matney. Father, this morning, I think about those who are sick in body. Oh God, they need a special touch from you. Great physician, sympathize in Jesus. We know whenever we ask you, Lord, by faith believing, whatever mountain that need to move this morning, God, oh God, we know that you can remove it. We pray for the doctors, the nurses, all those who are assisting even at the different facilities in the medical stations, Lord. We thank you for them. We thank you for the teachers this morning. Oh God, we pray your covering over them this morning. Those who are doing exam at this time, Lord. Oh God, keep them in the right frame of mind. That the thoughts, God, would be effective, Lord. And what they learn over the months, Lord, that can able to put it correctly, oh God, on the people this morning. So, Father, we just ask you for your goodness this morning. We ask for your covering, God. Oh God, over every father this morning. I pray that fathers would train up their children in the right way they should grow, Father. That our nation, Lord, would not be the way it ought to be, Father. We give you praise, we give you honor, we give you glory. Father, we just want to thank you for your mercies this morning. Be glorified this morning. There is none like you, God. None that can compare with you this morning. Father, you teach us to pray, and you see when we pray, say, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Father, deliver us from evil. Father, deliver us from evil as a nation, as a people. Father, so many evil spirits, oh God, is in our nation. Spirit of a living God, we pray that the Holy Spirit, God, will saturate over Grenada, Carrico, and Peter Nutmeg. Oh God, these evil spirits that are roaming over our nation, God, in the name of Jesus, Spirit of a living God, oh, show yourself strong over this evil spirit, Lord. God, we worship you this morning. Oh, deliver us from evil. Oh God, we just want to thank you for your goodness this morning. All these favors we ask this morning in no other name. Father, deliver us from the evil ones, Lord. All the praise, all the honor, all the glory belongs to you this morning. These favors we ask in no other name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen. Good morning, brother Bandy. How
Morning
you
to
doing,
morning, sir.
sir? That's a big one,
Yeah, man, come on.
sir.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on. I'm feeling happy to hear your voice this morning.
Are you feeling happy to hear my voice? You mean the voice is back?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
Yes, man.
it's not
God is
there
up.
yet. I would say it's about like 80%. It's not
Be
there yet,
thankful.
but it's getting there. It's getting there, definitely. It's
We,
definitely
we, we,
getting
we
there.
need you at all time every morning, man.
Well, thank you, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
To be
Sounds,
because I know it's a challenge
well,
every morning
yeah, it is.
to
It
wake
is.
up and to
You don't want to come and wake up.
to, to
You don't want to wake up and come and do me some mornings, huh?
that would be a challenge. You know the responsibility I have.
Well, no. When they go on vacation, they're home. They ain't going away.
Mm. I I I
I
I don't I
what?
no. I don't think I have the qualities like you in terms of to put up the program like we do in the morning.
Nah, man, you can do it. You can do. At least you can do the agricultural one, the Thursday one.
Ah, I hear you, my
You
brother.
could do the Thursday. I know you like agriculture like that.
Well, even last night, me and the gentleman out in the station, we were speaking about, that same agricultural program. And, it's really a blessing, to have that program in the morning, Andre, because, agriculture is very important for us as a people. And this is something that we shouldn't take lightly.
Have you seen Rodney?
So, so
Hel-
thank you again, man.
No, but Bandy, have you seen Rodney?
Blessing to you.
Have you seen Rodney?
Nah, only hear his voice a couple of days ago, but let's really see him for a little while.
But I realized that Rodney had his Olympics and he didn't invite me.
Oh, and Hermitage,
He
the
didn't even
Hermitage.
let me. He didn't even say, "Yo, Dre, I'm having Olympics. Can you pass by?" He didn't even do that. I found out the day afterwards. That was not nice.
Well, I always feel that these are things that, we can invite the public, to be part of, as a
Yeah,
church.
I've
I know you
exited
go,
him. Eh?
I know you will deal with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will let him know.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, bro.
Yeah, my blessings, and you have a wonderful day.
Wonderful. Bye bye. Chester Bandy David. It's indeed a refreshing time always to speak to Bandy. Yeah. Yvonne Roberts, good morning to you. Faith Lynn, as in Harley, as in Douglas. Good morning, Faith Lynn, Harley, Douglas. How you doing this morning, my girl? trust you're having a wonderful day. Vero Wellington, top of the morning to you, my dear heart. And of course, Cindy Bartholomew. She's not in Virginia today. Where is she? She's in Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Yeah, Cynthia Bartholomew. Good morning to you. And Marion James. I almost thought it was Marion Jones, that great Olympic runner who's disgraced. Yeah. Good morning, Marion James. How you doing this morning? Andrea Burke. I know you there somewhere. There you are, Andrea Burke. And also good morning to Rosemary Holasson, Adrian Watson, Joycelyn Franson, Claude Abraham, and Cicely Celestine, my darling. How are you today? Shirley Scarrett. Yeah, all you lovely people continue to make Real FM what it is. Christine Alexander. And this is very interesting here. I have to point this out. Of all the persons we have who are sending comments on this morning, Claude Abraham, male, Adrian Watts, male. They're all females. Where are the men? Anastasia Peterson, another female, checking it in. Good morning to you, Anastasia Peterson. Here's hoping that you will have a wonderful day. Today is Thursday, yes. Shout it out, shout it loud and clear that today is Thursday. Mm-hmm. Ah. What am I thinking about? I don't even know what I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking that today is Thursday and today is Day for Agriculture. Today is the day that we focus on farmers because it is our intention to maybe by the end of 5 years, the next 5 years, to be able to say that, hey, we've really done it. We've really made some changes in Grenada agriculture. I know that we've made changes. For instance, there was this thing. Listen to this. There was never going to be what do you call it? Not a panel, a consultation. There was never going to be a consultation as it relates to the St. Patrick Health Center and it being closed and it being refurbished. Yeah, that's beautiful. Wonderful thing the government is going to be doing there. Congratulations to them. But they were never going to have a consultation. No. When Real FM started to talk about, hey, what are you guys doing? You leaving the people out there. Boom. Consultation last Friday. That was sweet. I felt really, really good to know that something like that took place. I felt absolutely magnificent. It tells me that people are listening. So one of the things that we're going to be focusing on for the next couple of days has to do with our economy, what is happening in relation to economy, and the CBI, IMA. Yeah, you have to look at that and realize that, hey, this thing has a bit of a bother. You have bother on one side where there's some alleged corruption. I'm not like Jenny. I don't have my facts yet, so I can't say corruption straight up. No, I can't do that. Jenny good. Jenny has the facts. She has the numbers on that guy. But in any event, yeah. So alleged corruption on one side. And then on the other side, losing revenue or CBI. And the interesting thing, I was listening to a news clip on Real FM yesterday, and where there's somebody representing the government and speaking to projects that CBI has done and completed, the money from CBI. And would you believe the only thing that he mentioned, and you would have heard the news, I trust, because it was prepared for you. You would have heard the news, and the only project that was mentioned was the Joe Gilbert Road, Monkuma. Yeah, I call it Joe Gilbert Road. That's the only thing that was mentioned. That is rather interesting. In all these years, CBI has only been able to do the Monkuma Road. Oh, give me a break. Where's the money? Anyway, we can talk about that another time. This morning is agriculture. And we ain't even pray good yet because we're waiting on drumsticks. And drumstick is going to give us a word for today and bless us and stuff like that. If you should see me now. Yeah, you know that song, right? Why am I singing that song? Okay. I'll give you a like a peek into the future. And you'll be like, wow. Hold on. All of you who are viewing right now, I got something special for you. If you could see me now, boom, boom. Yeah, that was a big tune back then. Yeah. Let's get this thing going. Whoa. I feel like not Hulk. No. Are you crazy? Da. Woo. Mm, okay. All right. Easy now. Drum sixing call here. Just easy now. Okay. Yeah. Wang. Boop. Ah, yes, I got you. Yeah. Which one do you like? Do you like that one, or do you like this one? I don't know. They all look really good to me. Good morning, good night. That, I told you. Those who are viewing, those of you who view, you know that I always got something special for you. Jerome Kenneth Lewis, he's checking in. Roslyn James has just checked in. Christine Otley and Red Girl Pascal, Iva Holas and Laura Radix. Jocelyn Mattison. Miss Madison, good morning to Teresa Joseph also. See, I have given, yeah. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to give my viewers something special today. The listeners always get the voice. Yeah. But today is the Viewers Day. Peter Sajak 2070. Good morning to you. How you doing? Mr. Raymond Latouche is listening on the app. Have a good day, Raymond Latouche. And Christine Otley. Yeah, Christine. Come on for y'all today. This is today is Agriculture Day, and today is today is just a day to chill out with you. Yeah, and to the people who sent me the bush and stuff like I did use it, and it worked. Yes, it really worked. I must say. What I realized is that when I drank it, a lot of times when I drank it, I went into coughing bouts, and then afterwards it would bring on a lot of mucus coming up, and that was great. I had no chest pain whatsoever, but the mucus came up every time I drank, and the mucus came up. I still have some more. Yeah, I still have some more, and I intend to drink ever so often, so that will help like clear the chest. You think that could happen? Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's let's clear up the chest and make the thing look good. Right. So, as I indicated, this is for you, the viewers. This is for you this morning. But you're so low in number. Come on, send it to a friend. Send it to a friend, man. Come on. Sharon Felix, Agnes Henry, good morning. Yeah, send it to a friend. Just blow up the place now, man. Tell them what the guy have on tie today. Yeah. And this is my typing here. See, it speaks to Grenada and China's great relationship that has developed over the years. Grenada flag here, Chinese flag there. They've developed a great relationship. We can't spoil that, yeah? Oh, no. 91.9, 91.5. Radio entertainment always last. I need to come up with some more Yeah, of that. Yeah. Real expressions, man. Agricultural Thursday. Where's drumsticks this morning? She like gone? Okay, so we will traverse into something else. What we'll do, we'll go look for the weather. Yeah, I think that is a thing to do at this particular point in time. Stay with us. This is Magnificent Radio.
Expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. Night for my nine. On the radio, see. Whoa. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe. Just the raw truth I flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now, I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, makes them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face.
It is real, it's 91. Good morning, Grenada. 24 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. A bit of a bother this morning when it comes to the public weather forecast for the state of Grenada. Not being able to have a live person from the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. So, of course, information was sent via email, and I'll try my best to ensure that you understand what the forecast is going to be like. It's valid for tonight, today and tonight, 6 a.m. until 6 a.m. 6 a.m. this morning until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. The weather, mostly cloudy, windy, and hazy, with occasional showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. Warnings? There are no warnings in effect at this particular point in time. Today's maximum temperature is expected to be 30 degrees Celsius. That's 30 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 16 to 26 miles per hour, getting higher at times. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. A warning for small craft advisory is in effect. Low tide today is expected around 10:30 a.m. High tide this afternoon at 4 p.m. Sunset today, 6:32. Sunrise tomorrow, of course, 5:42. And that was information sent to us by Fimber Frank, who is the forecaster now at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Quick recap of the weather. Mostly cloudy, windy and hazy with occasional showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. Today's maximum temperature, 30 degrees Celsius. The winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 16 to 26 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. Small craft advisory is in effect. So that's it for your weather, your public weather forecast, of course, for today, the 12th day of June 2025. valid for today and tonight.
In the garden, in the field,
Yeah, man.
real stories,
Big.
real expressions.
Now, who is this? TG. Let's take the call. We're going to take the call. Because, when I say I ain't taking call, I ain't taking call. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew Donald. I'm trying to get on the phone. I can't get through, sir. Try my cell phone too.
Hey, well, go ahead, my girl. Go ahead.
I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 103. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless His holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefit. Who forgive all thy iniquity, and who healeth all thy disease. Who redeem thy life from destruction, who covered thee with his loving kindness and tender mercy, who satisfied thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is rewarded like an eagle. The Lord escorted righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. This is the end of the scripture in this month.
Well, thank you very much, my dear. I say, well, you let me go.
No, not at all.
All right. How's everybody there? Good?
Yeah. Everybody all right?
All right. Well, take care of yourself, and my love, I'll talk to you later.
You two have a wonderful day.
Wonderful. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. That's who we are.
This is Real Expressions Agriculture Thursday, only on 91.9 Real FM. From the
Blazing in the morning time, 29 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. That's what it is.
sea, farmers work
On today, the 12th day of the 6th month 2025.
forever grow.
Doing good?
Rice brings the harvest call.
Are you doing good this morning?
We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed. Pray grow real, grow
I would really love to know.
parts of the land, real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the nation rise.
If you're doing good, let me know.
We're proud and wise. On 91.9 Real FM style.
Are you proud to be a Grenadian?
Culture Thursday.
Let me know that also.
And fire.
I am proud to be a Grenadian,
Real stories now revealed. Voices strong with
but
of heritage, love, and country care.
I'm even more happier to be a patrician.
Fresh and shining bright.
Do you like that, yeah?
Here is the way.
Man, you talk about St. Patrick's, you're talking me. Deborah Lavoie, good morning to you.
Real grow Grenada.
Gemma's in Warwood, what's up?
Real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the nation rise.
Baby Daddy,
Thursday
you happen in Clive Raymond.
on 90.
Kathleen Ledlow, what's popping, girlfriend?
It's Agriculture Thursday. Grenadian vibe.
Today, yeah, I dress for agriculture this morning. Yeah. My dress code is agriculture. You probably okay. Yeah. My dress code this morning is for agriculture. Yeah. You wonder, you're saying that Andre must be crazy, right? Yeah, but my dress code this morning is for agriculture. Why do I say that? And I'm, all with tie and everything. But you see, in agriculture, there are different kinds of people who work. They're females and they're males. Yeah. They're young and they're old. Yeah. There are people who work in the field, people who work in the offices. Yeah. I'm dressed like this because I believe it is time for agriculture to find a replacement for the agricultural senator. Yeah? No, we ain't putting BJ. BJ has other things to do politically. we gonna put me. Yeah, we gonna put me. We gonna replace the agricultural senator with Andre. Yeah, we're gonna put Andre in that spot. So I'm just showing you that I had a clothes and thing to dress up. Jacket, I ain't put on no jacket this one. I have a thing in the corner there, go-to thing in the corner over there. But I don't necessarily have a jacket that I put on for this morning. But jacket and thing, yeah, we had that. Suit and thing, we had that because I ain't going in the bush. No, 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 no. The fingers and thing, I try not to dirty them. I stay in Parliament, in the Senate, and represent you. Not like how Roderick doing. Oh, sorry, Senator Sinclair. Not like how he doing. Because he ain't doing anything. You want somebody who's going to represent you. Somebody who's going to speak for you. Somebody is going to listen to you. That is why. Farmers. Come on, farmers. Come on. Don't be lucky and coward. We need to replace Roderick. We need to call him out. Literally call him out of the Senate. Because he's doing nothing. Nothing. Nothing for agriculture. You're a farmer. You are a farmer. I want you to tell me the last bill that Roderick Sinclair piloted in the Senate. I want you to tell me that. The last issue that Roderick spoke about with passion and not just stand up there mumbling and bumbling. The last time he spoke with passion about anything. The last time he didn't do so, and as he start a sentence, he go to give you an explanation for a word he used in the sentence and forget the sentence where he was. Huh? Tell me. Asking questions this morning about agriculture because I'm passionate about this thing. Good morning, my friend Dr. Antoine. I haven't heard you for a bit. I think I'm going to send you an invite this morning so you can join me on the program. Yeah, I'm sending you an invite now. I hope somebody will call you and tell you, Doc, Andre's sending you an invite. Let me see if I can find your... there is your email address at Yahoo. So, yeah, so let me see. Yes, I've sent it. Dr. Antoine, consider yourself invited. Find you to do so and try to leave me out these days. Okay. What does this mean? Don't worry, we'll deal with that in a moment. Yes, I'm telling you. No, we ain't putting Dr. Antoine in the Senate. He has other things to do. Wow. Just picking up there from my brethren, baby daddy, that there's been a plane crash in India. Wow. Damn. Whew. 242? Wow. Ouch. Whoa. That's a lot of people. Let me go to online, to news. Oh boy. Yeah. Nah, that one stumped me. Wow. Now who's knocking at my door? Yeah. Wow. Amida bad. Oh boy. Oh shucks. Oh no. Wow. A London bound Air Canada passenger jet with more than 200 people on board crashed shortly after taking off from an airport in India, the airline and police officials said. It wasn't immediately clear if there were any fatalities. A rescue operation appeared to be underway. Officials have yet to release any information about the crash and what may have caused it. The plane was headed to London Gatwick Airport, Air India said. A police statement said it crashed into a civilian area. Oh my God. Near the airport. Early reports suggest the plane may have come down on a hostel housing doctors. Oh no! According to local media, the crash occurred as the aircraft was taken off from the Ahmedabad airport, which is about 600 miles southeast of India's capital, New Delhi. TV visuals show people being moved in stretchers and taken away in ambulances, suggesting that they are survivors. Thick black smoke rose into the sky near the airport. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a Boeing 787 8 aircraft, and it was carrying 242 passengers and crew members. Air India is suggesting that approximately 169 are Indian nationals and 53 are British, and 7 Portuguese and 1 Canadian. No Americans are reported on board. Oh my God. Wow. Now that's a hard one for anybody to take. Yeah, for any country to take. That's a tough one. Thanks, baby daddy, for pointing me in that direction. Really do appreciate it. Good morning, Jen and Magdalene Henry. Kathleen Knights, good morning to you. Also, Carol Belfon. I kind of put a little damp on me this morning. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that one kind of upset me. Well, things happen and they have reasons for happening. You know, there's a reason why you're allowed to rise this morning. There's a reason why others didn't. You know. Oh shucks. Mm, that one kind of yeah. Mm, wow. Baby daddy, don't do that. I ain't even bothered. I ain't even mentioning that one, baby daddy. Leave that one right there. Oh, you could be cruel. I didn't realize you could be that cruel, baby daddy. Oh. Mm. Baby daddy, behave yourself, now, man. I know I doesn't make that kind of joke. Them, I doesn't really make that joke. Them, yeah. Mm-mm. Baby daddy, no, you crazy. Adriana Alexander, good morning to you. How you doing, my dear? Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day. Alban Harris, haven't seen you for a while, Alban. You on vacation? Okay, who else there? Let me see who else is missing for a while. Magdalene, yeah, Magdalene was missing for a while. Well, based on me and based on what I'm seeing. So it's 7:43. And there's so many things that I could continue speaking about in relation to agriculture. Yeah, I usually keep a lot of notes. It's important that I do, because if I don't, then I have problems, remembering everything. I can't remember everything like that. No, 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 no. It is not possible for me to remember everything like that. Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, based on what my notes are saying here, there are several pressing issues as it relates to agriculture, affecting agriculture in Grenada today. And these problems, if I may say so myself, these problems, they stem from a mixture of policy failures, lack of direct investment in agriculture, and institutional weaknesses. Social challenges, yeah, you will always find that. There'll always be social challenges. But I'll give you a kind of a breakdown until BJ gets here as it relates. And yes, you can call if you feel passionate enough to give a call, you can do that. Now, when we speak about policy failures and weaknesses, I can just do some put up my hand, bam, and come up with one. Now, MP for St. Patrick East, former MP that is, for St. Patrick East, Pamela Moses. Now, Pamela Moses, she and her constituents had the brilliant idea of taking water from one river and bringing that water back into Shambo that really needed the water. So they did the studies and they did the whatever, and they're able to get, I think it was a grant, a loan, something, but they're able to get, if not all, almost all that was needed. Almost all that was needed to do that project. As a matter of fact, their pipes run from Highgate River. Those living here in St. Patrick would know Highgate. Their pipes running from there. I think even the pump is in place. Stan Phillip may be able to tell me a bit more if the pump is in place. But their pipes in that particular area. And I'm still wondering what the heck is wrong with that project? Or is it that I am at a loss here? Is it that I'm so far behind that the project has been instituted and that I got left and I didn't know? If that's the case, let me know. Because I know that Pamela Moses, former MP for the East, started that project. And it had to do with the wells and all sort of things. There were a couple of hiccups along the way, but one of the biggest hiccups along the way, elections. That came, bang, and that was a problem. Because when elections came, the project, of course, stopped. And it will take the Ministry for Agriculture a couple of They used to get their feet together, get things going, and say, okay, fine, which are the projects that we need to do so and check out. And I am of the opinion that was one of the projects, because somewhere I remembered hearing the MP for the area now, Dennis Cornwall. Somewhere I remember him speaking about that and looking to complete that for the farmers in the Shambo area who really need it. Has it been done? Can somebody let me know whether or not that project has been completed? So when I speak of failures and weaknesses, coming to mind for me right here in St. Patrick is that project. A project that was on the way, a project as far as I'm concerned more than 60% completed. And if it has not been done, that's a failure. That is a failure. And what I find is that the NNP, they don't talk about these things. I don't know what's wrong. They're failing me too when they're not talking about that. Because that was a project that started with the NNP. That is a project that affects agriculture in Shamba. And that is a project they should be making noise for the farmers in Shamba. Can't let that one just go down. Lip service is what I've heard. And correct me, somebody needs to do so and call me and say, Andre, you're wrong. It has been completed. It is in full swing. And then I back off and I apologize. With the same set of gusto, that I speak about it, I'm going to apologize. If someone says to me, Andre, the project has been completed and it's working well, let me know. Implementation. And if we are to judge by that, a project that probably was 60% completed or more, if we can judge by that, then we say that implementation is weak, and I dare say absent. Implementation is weak and absent. And this is not government announcing a plan to do something. This is government meeting something more than 60% completed. But they're weak. They're weak. One of the other things as it relates to the weakness of this government and their commitment and their poor implementation, one of the things has to do with budget allocations, poorly utilized at all times. Money allocated is either underused or mismanaged with little impact reaching the farmers. And let's take the one underused. The Minister for Agriculture, the present Minister for Agriculture, Minister, I could do it this morning, man. Hold on. Minister Chotai. Yeah, I could do it this morning. I had time, so I could try it. Minister Chotai. He is the present Minister for Agriculture. He is the one who spoke of Government saving and government thinking and government didn't use this and government didn't use this and that they have money. So it means what I just said there, underutilizing funds that are available, which speaks to poor implementation. And in some cases, they mismanage funds. I don't have information to do so and give you carte blank and say, hey, this person mismanaged $10, $15, $5. I don't have that. Jenny had that. She and Andy go deal with that one. Yeah, Jenny had that. Andy, sue Jenny. What you waiting for? Sue Jenny. Don't do so and say, well, you're waiting, holding back. If you a road match, they sue her. Make an example out of her. The reason why you can't lift a finger is because I believe what she's saying is true. I believe what she's saying is true. But let me get back to agriculture. Lack of strategic vision. Lack of strategic vision. No clear long-term plan has been rolled out by this present government. No clear and long-term policy as it relates to agriculture. Nothing for agri-industrial transformation or export development. Nothing. We retrogressing as we go along. Imagine that, eh? We retrogressing, because retrogress is a bad thing, a bad thing, as we go along. And you go along, so we going forward. We are moving. Come on, man. All you need to do better than that. We need more vision. Because for 2.5 years, what happened to me 2.5 years? You must be crazy, Andre. You stupid hour. Boss, the National Democratic Congress is 8 days away from celebrating 3 years in government. And in 3 years, you have not given any direction for the thing called agriculture. It will be wrong for me to sit here and say that you let down agriculture. No, you never picked it up, so you can't put it down. You've never bothered with agriculture. Lip service. And that is why I wonder, I sit and I wonder, hey, how is it that I can see these things? How is it that I can see all these things happening? The weakness of the administration, the poor implementation of the administration, land access and utilization issues still remain prevalent. These are things that they indicated that they'll be dealing with when they come into office. How is it that I'm able to sit here or sit at home and come up with these things? And we have we have a senator, a whole senator. Yes, a whole big senator. A whole big one. Yeah. In the Senate, whose responsibility it is to advocate for the farmers. He getting paid to do that, He is getting paid. He's not a senator just so. He gets paid to advocate, not for the government, but to advocate to bring more benefits to the farmers. That is why the farmers elected him to represent them in the Senate. And again, farmers only make a mistake. Ever since Keith Clouden, y'all can't get it right. Keith had his day. No, not Keith Mitchell. We're talking Keith Clouden. Keith Clouden had his day. Skipper had his day. Skipper made the noises for you. Skipper got things for you. There's a guy from Guam, forget that. Who else was there? I can't remember. Firstly, insignificant. They did nothing. Just went along for the ride to collect the check and collect the concessions and buy a vehicle, and they're cool. They ain't even buy a Wellingtons. By that I mean a water boots. They ain't even buy that. Have they ever visited you on your farm? I don't expect them to visit everybody, but they can make some contact with the farmers. They don't. And by they, I'm meaning the senators after Keith Clouden. They made no contact up to now. I keep saying to y'all, Senator Roderick Sinclair is a waste of time. That is why I'm offering myself as senator. What do you think? We have too much lands, arable lands that is in Grenada today that are just there. They're like this. Lands posing. Lands behaving just like NDC. They're looking for photo ops. Because the lands are them just there and they're posing. Nothing is being done with our arable lands. And if there's anything being done with arable lands, is somebody going to build a house on it? Or somebody want to put on a big mall on it? Land policy. This is what the present administration promised that they were going to do. And this is what we expect Senator Roderick Sinclair to do, to advocate for. Instead, he ran around with Nutmeg. That's where he collecting his second check. So he had 2 checks collecting. You understand? Come on. What's wrong? All you taking this thing as a joke. All you have to stop that. So that's why I say earlier, before election, before anything, I'm saying farmers, give me the opportunity to represent you in the Senate. The only thing that they're able to say about me in the Senate is that I'm making too much noise. The president of the Senate got to hush me up a lot of times because I will go there to represent you and to advocate for you, the farmers. How could you elect a man to serve you in the Senate? And you're still getting what? $3 a pound for nutmeg. He working in nutmeg boat too. He working there too. Ask him what is his salary. What you making in a month? Or put it better. Let me put it this way. What you, with your nutmeg, the nutmegs that you have, and when you sell nutmegs for the year, when you sell nutmegs, you probably do so and make a $2,000 in nutmegs for the year. The nutmegs that you have. And you have to go up in the mountain, you have to cut the bush. You have to go down in the drain. You have to search in the bush and couple jumping out. And some fellas he passed last night in the land, and one of them had a little belly walk, so the rest something there for you. All them kind of things you have to go through, farmer, to make $2,000 a year in nutmegs. Yeah? Ask this question. How much is Senator Roderick Sinclair being paid? Forget the Senate, eh? How much is he being paid for the position he holds in the Nutmeg Association? How much is he being paid? You making $2,000 a year? I want somebody to tell me what is Senator Roger Sinclair's salary per month in the Nutmeg Association. And has Senator Roger Sinclair ever seen it fit to pick out a couple of farmers who have children going to school and give them a $500 voucher? Huh? Has that ever happened? And all you will go back and vote for him again. All you do thinking farmers. I tell all you. And I ain't going and say, well, no, I come in here and I say, if you don't want to do it, all you don't doing it. Vote for me. Let me become your senator. Let me represent agriculture in the way agriculture deserves to be represented. You understand? You're making a joke about it. Don't give BJ no. He have other things to do. Give me. Let me deal with people like BJ and them who will end up in government and they're playing that they don't want to listen to farmers. Let me pull the country to a halt using agriculture only and stop it and say, hey, take a look at us. It is time you farmers, and somebody say vote for Clifford. Well, all you want agriculture to fall asleep now. Vote for Clifford, all you must be mad. This is Real 91.9. Stay with us.
Culture Thursday, only on 91.9. Real FM. From the soil to your soul. We're growing real. From the mountain to the sea, farmers working endlessly. Planting pride in every row. Grenada's roots forever grow. Sunrise brings the harvest call. Banana, nutmeg, feeding all. We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed. We grow real, grow Grenada. Heart of the land, real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the. In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest. Bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
The new Granville Credit Union debit card has made online shopping easier than ever. Quick, secure, and hassle-free. Just tap, pay, and shop with confidence. Get yours today.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Expert nail technician wanted. Looking for a skilled nail artist who specializes in acrylic, gel nails, stunning nail art, and luxurious pedicures. If you can turn nails into masterpieces, I want you. Creative braider needed. Need a talented braider who can slay cornrows, locks, and braids, and all the latest styles. If your hands can work magic with hair, let's connect. Hit me up or WhatsApp me 403-4421. Let's create something amazing together.
The new National Party NNP New York Support Group presents the best of the best. You have waited long enough for this one, and now it's here. Saturday, June 21st, an all-exquisite affair, an enchanting evening of elegance, 9 p.m. at Carib Hall, 1963 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Music by DJs Jude and Small Clothes. Dress formal for what will be an experience of a lifetime. Delightful dining and dancing. Entertainment galore. Share elegance. Tickets $100. Meet and greet the stalwarts of the new National Party. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Party Chairman and former Prime Minister of Grenada, the new NNP political leader, Honorable Emmeline Peer, and Deputy Political Leader, Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox. You just can't afford to miss this. Contact Aisha Oliver, 917-520-3164, Cathy Albert, 347-262-6818. Wendy Maguire, 917-602-1476. P.D. Francis, 917-642-7187. And Sharon Caesar, 862-234-0879. It's a 2025 annual NNP presentation to the max, just for you.
As the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union turns 51, everyone is invited to join the 51st Annual General Meeting on Saturday, June 22nd, 2025 at the River Sally Government School starting at 3:30 p.m. It is more than just a meeting. It's a celebration of progress, unity, and your role in the credit union's journey. Need a ride? No problem. Transportation will be provided. Just contact the credit union to reserve your spot and get more details. Call us at 473-442-9870 or 442-2732. WhatsApp 405-0308 or 405-0302. Or you can email at info@riversallycreditunion.com. Come be a part of the legacy. River Sally Cooperative Credit Union, strength in unity.
This is Real Xpressions Agriculture Thursday, only on 91.9 Real FM. From the soil to your soul, we're growing real. From the mountain to the sea, farmers work working endlessly, planting pride in every row. Grenada's roots forever grow. Sunrise brings the harvest call. Banana, nutmeg, feeding all. We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed. We grow real, grow Grenada. Heart of the land, real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the nation rise. It's Thursday, and we're proud and wise. On 91.9, Real FM style. It's Agriculture Thursday, Grenadian vibe. In the garden, in the field, real stories now revealed. Voices strong with tales to share of heritage, love, and country care. Let the young and old unite. Real expression shining bright. Agriculture is the way to build tomorrow from today. We're grow real, grow Grenada. Part of the land, real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the nation rise. It's Thursday, agri proud and wise. On 91.9, Real FM style. It's Agriculture Thursday, Grenadian vibe.
It is real. It's 91.9 and 91.5 www.therealfmgrenada.com. And good morning to you again. And if you're just tuning in, hey, welcome. See, I'm all dressed up today. Today's my BJ. You have your radio on. You have your radio on somewhere. Yeah. So good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. So today for me is Farmer's Day. That is how I'm dressing up. I'm not going in the field. I'm going to Parliament, and you have to put me in the Parliament. In the Senate, yeah. We have to say, Madam President, yeah. Don't put BJ there. Forget that. BJ go in the other house, in the next place. I'm telling you. Farmers, understand this. You know? All right, again, anybody joining at this particular point in time, good morning to you and thanks for making it real. BJ, yeah, he's already here. Let me see if I could bring him up on the screen. BJ already sent some information to Dr. Antoine, and he may join us this morning. How you doing?
I am fine.
How fine is that?
Fine like cornflower.
Oh, please. When last you did some corn flour with corn coming from your fields?
I don't do corn any longer, Andre.
Oh, God. BJ, what do you do? What do you do? I have a feeling that you're faking us in agriculture right now. I have a feeling that you're faking us. Seriously. What do you do in agriculture? What do you plant?
Andre, a new good general, but he used to talk a lot.
I'm listening to you.
What do you think happened to him?
I don't think that's I'm dead.
Yeah, he died, Andre. He talked too much. Talk out the plan.
BJ, you ain't get through that one. Not forget that. You ain't get through that one at all.
Am I supposed to come on the radio station and what you're doing and what you're not doing? And
no, BJ, we need to know what you're doing.
Who need to know that?
Us.
Who us?
Us Grenadians.
Oh, wow. I am farming. Does that for a living. And 7 to 10 people working for me at any given time, and I have to find money to pay them. So whatever I'm doing, I need to do it properly.
This is a nice thing, eh? Good morning, Leslie Phillip. But this is a nice thing. You're saying you're farming and you have 7 to 10 people working with
permanently,
and you have to find money to pay them.
on
on
a fortnightly basis.
But you ain't talking about the thousands you making on a daily basis.
What would make you think I'm making thousands on
To
a
employ
daily
them.
basis? Well, it cost me thousands to pay them.
Yes, as I said. But you're making thousands.
Well, Andre, in order to sustain my workers, in the way they ought to be, I have to be producing.
Well, yeah, you're making it sound like you ain't producing nothing. Oh, there's a call, BJ. Let's take the call. Yeah. Morning, and thank you for calling. Good morning to you.
Morning, Mr. Andre.
Hi, how are you doing, my dear?
Good enough. I just have some time, which I just want to share a little bit before I go off. Thank you. You really dressed nicely this morning.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for all. And morning to Mr. DJ.
Morning.
Listen, I'm a student of the word, and we cannot prosper as a nation or even as an individual without God. This is who I am. And I'm looking at the word. Let the people go back and look who's listening to me. Look at Deuteronomy 28 and 29. Let me make it short. Because if we do not follow God as He asks us and required of, we will all for a lot of trouble. Now, these people coming to this government, not really because of God, because of people wrong choices. And that is why we are suffering so much today. So then people have to go back to God and see what is happening. Let me say what I want to say. Why these farmers in the area do not go and storm? You hear they say the word storm? That's not office. Why everybody's sitting and taking all of this? Anyhow, that's it for the morning. And where's Mr. Primus? I'm Andre. I'm not hearing about it.
Primus is there. I spoke to him off air recently, but he's there. He's there.
And Clifford, don't stop calling.
Clifford? Nah,
And fix yourself before you call.
Clifford will not call back. He would not call back. He stopped call.
No, he should. Anyhow. Bye. I'm listening to y'all.
All right. Have a wonderful day, my
Tell
love.
them farmers storm the man office.
Oh, I can't. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye. DJ.
Yes.
Your good friend Leslie Phillip, you know him?
Should.
From Balthazar there.
Mm-hmm.
Scaly guy.
Mm-hmm. A very good friend.
Yeah, I tell you, he's listening. You know, he's there. He's on listening.
Always listen.
Yeah, he's listening. BJ, I started this morning even before you got here, and I don't think I'm going to just shelve what I was saying now that you've gotten here. Because you're one of those who voted for him. You're one of those who voted for Roger Sinclair and told and said to me, don't worry, man, he's a good man, he could handle this. And he'll make us proud. You said that, BJ. BJ, the man's a failure. BJ, what that man doing there, I could close my eye and do that now. So if I open myself, BJ, the man's a failure. And I never know you to do so. And you have to disassociate yourself from this guy. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
On a response?
For you to disassociate yourself from the guy.
Andre.
What?
I am very tolerant.
Here we go, friends.
Holy
Economies of scale talking.
If Sinclair is not living up to expectation, people like me would probably do things in the appropriate way, I would probably call him up or sanction him and let him know that we need better representation.
BJ, you're such a hypocrite. You are such a hypocrite, Bertrand.
Oh God!
Seriously.
The man said be a hypocrite.
You say if he's not living up, that's what you say.
Yeah.
If he's not living up,
You may have.
so is he living up at all? Is he doing? Dr. Antoine is there. I'm going to take a call and then I'm going to bring Dr. Antoine in, and I want to hear what Dr. Antoine has to say in relation to what you, but in relation to the question I asked you. Doc, hold on a second. Let me just take this call. Hey, good morning. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think the best person could answer, but the Shambo project should be Clifford and Ian Collins. So I know what happened. They shot him out. However, it's a good program this morning.
Thank you.
And I know all the different projects, especially the River Road project. And every time the people come into power, they shut those projects down and do what they want. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day. BJ, you really saying if, you know. Let me bring in Dr. Antoine here, BJ. Something wrong with you, Bridget? BJ, bring in Dr. Antoine. The first camera want to kick you out, you know. Seriously, BJ, the camera and all against you, you know. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can. I really want to bring you in, BJ. It's important that you're factored into the whole equation here. Okay, let me see if I could do this. I'm not very good at these things. Oh, that could work. That could work. So they can see you, they can see me, they can see Dr. Antoine right there. Doc, good morning to you. How are you doing, my brother?
Good morning, Andre. Good morning, BJ. Oh, let me just turn on my radio. 1 second, please. My apologies.
Okay. All right.
My sincere apologies there. I'm fine, thanks, and I've been listening to you all morning, trying to stay in touch as regards your comments. And yes, good morning, Senator Andrew Donald.
Of course, it's time, and I'm not. Hold on. What's happened to my thing? It just Dr. Antoine just disappeared as soon as he said senator. Like there's a bad thing. He just did not come back into the thing. I don't know why you got left out there. But really and truly, BJ, you saying if
Andre,
come on.
If you looking for my support for you to be senator,
no, I'm not looking. No. I am not looking for your support in that vein. Trust me, I don't need your support in that vein. Know that. What I want you to do is to speak to Senator Roderick Sinclair and what he has been delivering.
Andre, I would recommend you any given day to be the senator for agriculture.
No, I don't want your support. I will get that anyway. I don't need your support, BJ.
Recommendation.
Dr. Antoine is backing me with this. I don't need your support. Dr. Good morning again, sir.
Good morning, Senator Andrew Donald to be.
There you go. See?
Morning, PM.
What? then leave me out of the senator thing.
No.
Yeah.
Good morning, Representative BJ.
Yeah, that.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? Thank you one more time for this opportunity. Andre, I've been away for a few weeks because of some technical difficulties we've been having in trying to keep things going, Any case, I'm here and I'm always glad to be in conversation and discussion with you guys. But I hope you observe I'm having some technical difficulties with my connection.
Yeah, I realized that you dropped out just now.
Yeah, the service seems to be playing up as usual on my end. Any case, I wanted to make briefly a comment on Andrew Donald being the next representative of our farmers at the Senate.
There you go.
because we actually need a voice, somebody who really truly represents farmers and speak on behalf of farmers and interact with farmers. And I share your viewpoint that the current senator, quote unquote, is just a typical white elephant in the house.
You mean an elephant? Elephant, right? An elephant. You
Yeah.
say elephant. See, he's an elephant. Everybody knows that. They can see.
Yeah. So yes, thank you for volunteering to be our next agricultural senator.
Well, thank you.
And I trust you'll have the full support of our next representative.
No, I don't need that. That's one I honestly don't need that. I don't.
In any case, I wanted to raise two serious issues this morning, in addition to the senator, brother Donald and BJ. The first is I'm in my house, and there is no flowing water in the faucet.
What?
Could you imagine in Birch Grove we do not have water this morning because we had a nice shower last night or yesterday?
Well, no, I could understand that. It happens here in St. Patrick's at times too.
But Andre, we're 51 years of being independent, and here we are, we still cannot ensure our people water in their homes because of a shower. Now, does that make sense? Couple that with the fact that we're in the process of channeling water from the great river that flows through Birch Grove to St. David's to service some foreign entity that you and I know little about. Where is our priority and where is our concern? If after 51 years we cannot ensure that every home in Grenada has tap water flowing in their homes on a consistent basis, even despite a small or slight rainstorm or shower, then something is wrong with us. So that's my first point. And I want to raise it as a serious issue, because how are we going to be independent if we cannot ensure consistent flow of water to our homes in our country? The second point I wanted to make, Andre, was in connection to the WhatsApp message I shared with you this morning as regards the offering of scholarships.
Yes, I was a bit, I was not altogether there with that. So tell me about it.
Recently, there's been a spate of scholarships being offered or announced by the Ministry of Agriculture WhatsApp platform. And it's irritating me to the point that every time they send out a message, it's either 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks notice. And by golly, I've been responding to them. Hopefully they're hearing me, that there's no way on earth that any decent government would offer us a scholarship 1 month or 2 weeks or 1 week before the deadline for application. I mean, they're taking us for fools, right? But I am asking that they stop fooling themselves, because in essence, they're literally embarrassing us. And they're insulting our intelligence as people. There is no way a government will offer us a scholarship, or an institution for that matter, 1 month in advance of the deadline for application. No, where in hell that happens? And if at this stage we still cannot correct that nonsense that goes on in the ministry, then something is wrong with us. Again, here is the question of accountability. So just as we do not have accountability by our Senator for Agriculture, so we do not have any accountability by our people who represent us in the Ministry of Agriculture. And I'm pretty peeved by the fact that they continue to insult our intelligence. So that was the essence of my message to you this morning.
Okay. But I just reminded BJ, and I hope you got that too, Doc, that BJ was one of those who came when Senator Sinclair was elevated to the position. And he's one of those that say, Andre, man, give the man a break, man. The man is going to do well. That's his second term as a senator. That's his second term. Do well when?
You know something? Every time they have or they select a senator, I have never been made aware of the selection or election taking place. And I'm a farmer. Since I've been back here the last 15 years, I've been actively involved in farming.
As BJ the farmer. BJ knows. BJ usually knows.
So how do you get informed, and how does the election process take place so that
It's a
the body of
clandestine move. It's a clandestine move that always takes place.
yeah, it's part of
You
the
understand? And here's how bad the thing is. The thing goes: the farmers in the south are against the farmers in the north, and the farmers in the north, they're against the farmers in the west, and the farmers in the west, they're against the farmers in the south. So they're all three fighting, and whichever one comes up, then that one, you would expect the senator to come from within the bowels of whichever one comes up after the three of them fighting against each other. And that is why I'm saying to them, I'm honestly saying this to them: I am not the farmer from the east, I am not the farmer from the west, I'm not from the north, I'm not from the south. I am a Grenadian who believe that I can represent you, the man who toil in the field. I can bring you benefits outside of just coming and visit your farm with a new waterproofing foot. I can bring you benefits. I can ensure that you have a better life now, and your children will look and see, but hold on, we could invest more into this thing and get more out of it. That is my intention. I have no other promises. That is the only promise I could promise farmers. But BJ wouldn't support me because he belonged to the clique.
So in this case, I guess we have the task of converting him, Andre.
No, I don't want to convert him because I don't need his support. I want him to stay in the clique. Morning, Bertrand.
Morning, Andre.
Yeah.
In relation to our selection process for senator with responsibility for agriculture, that person should, I know there is no neutral person in the world, but that person should be really neutral.
What is neutral?
Neutral means that when they get into the house, the upper house, it's not green or yellow. It's policies. It's issues that make sense. It's issues that would more or less propel your country forward. It's not like because I support that party, they would have an agenda which you need to follow. You wouldn't have proper development and transformation doing it that way. And that is the problem. We had similar problem with my brethren Skipper in relation to that. When one government in power, you can hear him very forcefully, coming out on certain issues that, warrant discussion. And then when another one in power, he becomes very passive and you hardly hear him. And you can tell he's fighting within his own self. He wants to do good. He's a farmer. He wants to represent them. But at the same time, he's been hindered from doing it because of his internal belief and feelings and ego and all of those. And this is something that we have to really fight against. That people who hold that position should appear, not just appear, should more or less be neutral on issues of national development especially. We need to be neutral. And I think, Andrea, that's where, having worked with you for the last decade or so, every Thursday, I think you will represent the farmers well.
Don't think, BJ. Know that I'm very serious about this thing. I've been telling you this for eons now. You come and tell me you think. What kind of thing is that?
Yeah. I'm
curious
to understand the procedures or the protocol that's followed when the senator for agriculture is being elected, selected, or chosen, whatever the case may be. Could you explain that, BJ, if you don't mind? Because you're familiar with the
what they normally do, they would send out notice to the different farmers and farmers group, an organization. I don't like that process, because I mean that process should be made public months before, more or less, and being announced and whatever. There should be national symposium. They don't have those. They have more or less an evening meeting, and they come up with the names of a few people, and they vote for them. And maybe half of the country don't know, half of the farmers in the country not aware of it, and all of those, like they don't have a say and they don't have a voice. So the process is kind of undemocratic. And I think it is when you have 15,000 farmers in Grenada, and then you have a meeting in SAS school. I wonder how that school hold in 15,000 people, and you come up with with somebody. That's how the process goes. And normally, they normally know who they're going to use before the process actually started. So it's just a rubber stamp, more or less.
So as I said, it's undemocratic, and
It is undemocratic because if you're dealing with somebody to get in the Senate and you're dealing with, that's a national position. That's a position that all the farmers in the country should be aware of, what is taking place, because that's their business. That person going to represent them, without having to run for election.
And therefore there is no mechanism and therefore no need or desire to ensure that the representative actually represents the farmers in the first instance, but more importantly, he airs the concerns and views of the farmers. So if he's selected undemocratically, then we understand why he doesn't why he's not accountable to the farmers. And that explains why, Andre, we don't hear the representative championing any of the issues or concerns of our farmers. Understandable. And therefore we have to eliminate that process, BJ.
Yeah, that process is not in sync with modern time. This would not create the transformation that you're actually looking for. You will end up with a big stone. Simple like that.
You end up with what? There is already a big stone. How are you going to end up with a big stone? You already have a big stone. Come on. It's time to get rid of that guy.
And I think, Vijay, that in many ways is representative or of many aspects of our society when it comes to agriculture and business in general. Because we do a lot of things in a very archaic and non-transparent way,
Very disorganized.
So that at the end of the day we do not have any significant developmental process occurring, so as to move our society forward. I mean, imagine. I mean, to explain that point, imagine today. Once upon a time, you would sell nutmegs Monday to Saturday, and the various receiving stations. Today, you are able to sell nutmeg Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then, of course, if you get there at a certain time, they don't accept or buy a nutmeg from you. So we have a serious problem, as to use a word Andrew was using earlier this morning, retrogression, right? We're regressing, and it's not good for our society. Any society that doesn't have a vision that spells out a path forward or a way forward is doomed to perish, and I guess that's where we are. So the GCNA, once upon a time an institution that could have owned its own farmers bank, is now in decay and decline, where it underserves the farmers. Farmers are burdened excessively with having to pay to go sell their produce. Meanwhile, the assets lay idle in the communities. So where is the forward movement? And people like the representative senator, should have been championing improvement in that situation, for example.
Oh, but how you could do that, man? Come on, stop that now, man.
Where is his voice? So that's the kind of problem we're having, And even when we announce and we make, we lobby and request that better be done, somehow our voice still remains in the wilderness. But we have to continue, Andrew. We can't give up. The struggle continues.
Really?
Truly.
But just roll the big stone that Big J talk about. Roll that down the road. Big J has speak about that be there.
Andre,
what?
If we're seriously talking about transforming our country, we have to transform the status quo. We have to do things different. Changes require energy, and I'm not sure if those people in authority has the energy to do it. Here Doc was just talking about having our own bank, the Nutmeg Association should have their own bank, and that should be the case. Not just bank. They should have bank and several apartment building down by SGU and other, shares and whatever, stocks and stuff on the international market and all of those, Andre. And that in itself would be generating enough money more or less to sustain your farmers and to develop the sector. Here you are. We had a hurricane and it just affected the north of the islands. The north of the Carriacou and Blood Carriacou, Petit Martinique can affect Sotes and what? St. Mark's and St. Andrews not so bad. And Andrew, we are struggling. We are struggling to sort that out. We are struggling to fix that. And we cannot have an institution of national interest and operate it as though we are functioning in the 14th century. We have to change the ordinance in order to suit modern day living. We have to change the status quo. We have to make sure that managers are held accountable and responsible for the development of that institution. 14th century thing, somebody apply for a work, you give them a work, and 10 years after, you look upon the progress of that same thing, and it's actually regressing. Nutmeg used to be $5 per pound when I used to be on the Nutmeg board. And it's like 3 something per pound now, whatever, $3.50, I don't know, $3, I don't know. And you think about it, every other thing that require the cultivation of nutmeg would have gone up by 200 and 300% in that same time. Gas would have gone up by whatever. This would have gone up by fertilizer, would have gone up by whatever. The only thing that keep going down is the price. But you expect people to farm and you expect people to make money. You're delusional. You're out of touch with reality.
BJ, listen, and you're talking that, and I could understand it, but there's something here that both of y'all, you're my seniors in terms of your educational level. I accept that. So I asked this question of both of you. At this particular point in time, the farmers have seen, and we're talking only nutmeg as a crop here. The farmers have seen over the years the cost or the price they're being paid fluctuating. Up, down, sideways, up, down, sideways. That's what the farmers have been seeing. However, the people who administrate for the farmers, the people who do the office work, quote unquote, for the farmers, the people who go out and check the farmers periodically, sometimes non-existent, these people, their salaries go up. Never down. Nutmeg price will go down to 50 cents a pound. But Senator Sinclair, who works with the Nutmeg Association, his salary don't go down. Now, how could that be fair? How could that be fair to the farmers? We must have a thing which says, hey, for whatever happens, nutmeg price ain't going below $5 a pound. Farmers must know that when they get $6 and $7 a pound, hey, don't expect it to stay there, but $5 is the threshold. That is where it's going to reach and never go under that. But it doesn't happen. And Senator Sinclair doesn't say a word about it. I ain't even talking cocoa. I ain't talking sauce up. I'm talking pretty lastly that the senator is not saying anything about. All the senator does is go in the Senate, stand and start to talk about something, and then he comes up on a word and he takes 2 or 3 minutes to explain to the learned people who are inside of the house with him or inside of the Senate with him. He takes 2-3 minutes to explain a word that he just used. Roderick, do the best thing for Grenada and just leave the thing now, man. Roderick, you making people shame. And I'm serious about this thing. Forget about me saying that, hey, I want the position. Forget about that. Farmers, you need to do so and get rid of Roderick Sinclair. He is of no use.
Andre, I think a key factor that's important here is the need to have key people in managerial positions accountable to the people for whom they're responsible or they're representing. Let me explain that. So we assign them the responsibility of being the senator on behalf of the farmers in this country, but yet they're not accountable to the farmers. And part of the problem there is because the way he sneaked into the Senate without the consent, approval of the mass of our farmers, plain and simple. So that secretive approach to selecting senators, it needs to be destroyed, gotten rid of once and for all, and democratize the process. We need people who actually are going to represent the issues, causes, and concerns of our farmers in the Senate. And until such time, whoever is there should be kicked out. I support the idea of kicking him out. Not only that, though, I also challenge both the GCNA and the GCA to step up the game in terms of how they move the agricultural sector, specifically the nutmeg sector and the cocoa sector, into agro-processing or manufacturing. Because at the end of the day, we need to stop once and for all exporting the raw material and start
in cocoa bags.
That's another way of putting it. And start exporting finished consumable goods. Until such time, the farmers will not benefit from their hard labor. It's only when we add value to the raw produce they sell to the association will they be able to enjoy the benefits of their labor. But by the way, bear in mind the poor quality management we have in the GCNA needs to be eliminated as well.
No, the GCA also.
Well, that too is another kettle of fish.
Hastic has to go. Hastic has to go.
Well, the whole management, the two management structures need to be dealt with in a serious way because they're not accountable to farmers. They're not bringing benefits to the farmers, and they keep the people who are in those managerial positions seem to be looking. What's the word I'm trying to use, BJ? very very well fattened. Or they enjoy life. They live a much better life than the ordinary hard-working farmer who literally pays their salary. So why are they not doing something on behalf and in the name and interest of our farmers? We cannot afford to continue leaving the hard-working people behind while a few elites in managerial positions continue to progress. And so that's where we have to be very disruptive, Senator Andre Donald.
Don't give me that yet. Next thing I don't get it.
But it's even a little beyond that, You see, the manner in besides looking at it from just the managerial aspect, which I think definitely need to be looked at stringently. I'm looking at it beyond that. The manner in which we choose our board members, that is one thing. You cannot, say you're choosing 5 members or whatever among the members from the nutmeg growers or the nutmeg farmers, and the government choose a few or their friends and they, put them together and they say you have a board. No, that board is the one that is responsible for policies and directives and stuff like that. Now, if you don't know, how are you going to do it? Somebody giving you a task or putting you in a position that you don't know what are the responsibilities. How are you going to perform that task? And this is the problem. The ordinance need to change. A lot of people who own, successful businesses, they don't manage it themselves, because they, smartly realize that, something, somebody else can do that aspect of things better than I am. So, the farmers don't necessarily or shouldn't necessarily have to be the one that, finding themselves on the board. And I'm not putting down farmers or anything like that. I am saying we need to do what is better for, the industry, what is better for your country and stuff like that. And we need to change some of those things. Unless we don't do those or make those fundamental changes, we're going to have serious problems. With regard to addition of value, I keep clamoring about that specific aspect of things for the last 2 years or so, and I want to zero in on 2 points here. I've been talking about price stability. If you don't have guaranteed market for certain things, it demoralizes people. It creates a certain level of uncertainty with regard to your production because people doesn't know what they're going to be paid for the stuff. So they're reluctantly doing it. And if you have a reluctancy in operation, you tend to have serious failures. You don't get your meet your required target. The second thing I want to talk about with regard to that, I don't think we're getting our priorities right, and I've been speaking about it, for months now. Doc, get me on this one. We are talking about our productive sector, the sector that can create revenue, the sector that can bring in foreign exchange, the sector that can create opportunities. And here we are. We are saying we're going to spend 500 million on a new hospital. Yes, probably we do need one, but we can utilize what we have and spend 200 million on it and get it up to where we want to get it. I'm sure about that. I have no doubt about that. And use the 300 million to put it directly in the productive sector. That I have no doubt if they give people like me and you 100 million, we can set up small industries, sustainable ones, throughout the length of Grenada. I have no doubt about that if they give us 100 million. And we can do it in maybe 24 months. But here we are. See where we tend to want to spend the money. We want to spend it on basically recycling people. You know something, you get sick, we have a place to make you get better. And you come back out and they feed you on garbage again and you go back inside of there. Where we going with those kind of policies? Somebody need to tell me. We're not getting our priorities right.
Yeah, I agree with you. The importance and need for prioritization of our goals and objectives. Because, for example, that point you made about the so-called world-class medical center, that basically would serve the elites that can afford to go there in the first instance, and most of whom would come from abroad. And then secondly, it would serve the interest of the owners and people who operate the system, who in essence will be foreigners for the most part. And therefore, once again, our people will be relegated to the low-level job opportunities in that sector. But putting that aside, it in essence explains, quote unquote, a gross overlook or negligence of the needs of the mass of our people. The mass of our people need better quality health care in the first instance. Do we get it? No, but yet still we have the resources and we manage to mobilize resources to build, quote unquote, a hospital that will cater to the elites and the well-off coming from abroad under the guise of so-called tourism healthcare. And that needs to be changed. The second point about that aspect is the fact that the opportunity cost of that hospital being built is literally the loss of the opportunity to build up our agricultural sector and the manufacturing that supposed to go hand in hand with the agricultural sector. In other words, the opportunity cost of building the hospital is our loss of an inability to ensure that we develop the agricultural sector in a more scientific and intelligent way, as well as linking that directly with the manufacturing of the excess produce that we have. Consider, for example, the mass of watermelon that goes to spoil every time the season comes around. Those watermelons could easily be processed into a range of products, including melon juice, right? Watermelon juice, right? Or even composting material that could be processed to refertilize the soil from which it came. And a number of other things, of course, because there are a range of compounds that we could probably extract from the same watermelon for health and other medicinal benefits. So the opportunity cost of building that hospital is tremendous. Look, for example, how much will it cost to rehabilitate the Marley nutmeg oil plant? It will be far less than 5 million. But by golly, that's one asset that literally can bring and boost the value of the produce of our farmers, nutmeg produce of our farmers. And yet still we ignore it. If we were to couple that with the same nutmeg plant in Nyangan 4, then we'd have even a greater force to ensure that our farmers really truly benefit from producing the nutmegs. But we do not have those assets up and running, and yet still we're thinking of pie in the sky that benefits foreigners.
Guys, we hold that thought there because we're just about news time, 9 o'clock, and as you know, we go to 10 o'clock. But this morning, Dr. Antoine, I did promise BJ before you came on that I will give him a little, and I want you to stay and listen. You may have a question or two for him, BJ the politician. I'll give him a couple of minutes around about 9:30 so you can tell us what BJ the politician would do for people like yourself, not people like me, because I don't need his help. I don't want his help at all. I don't want his help. I don't want this help. So we're going to pause for the news, friends, and we'll be right back. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Stay with us.
Real Expressions Agriculture Thursday, only on 91.9. Real FM. From the soil to your soul. We're growing real. From the mountain to the sea, farmers working endlessly. Planting pride in every row. Grenada's fruits forever grow. Sunrise brings the harvest call. Banana, nutmeg, feeding all. We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed. We grow real, grow Grenada. Heart of the land, real farmer flavor. Tune in, feel the nation rise.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. I am your presenter, Kira Gonpot. When Parliament meets on June 17th, lawmakers are expected to debate and approve an amendment to officially recognize August 1st as Emancipation Day, replacing the current observance on the first Monday in August. This change is part of the Bank Holidays Amendment Act 2025, reflecting growing support for commemorating the historic date slavery was abolished in British colonies, including Grenada. in the region in Barbados. As Barbados continues to contend with the challenges of climate change, the government has introduced several plans and programs aimed at reducing pollution on both land and in the marine environment. With the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season now underway, measures have also been implemented to prevent a repeat of last year's issues in the event of any weather systems. More in this Rachel Agard reports.
With 600,000 trees planted since the inception of the Million Tree Project, Barbadians are being asked to play their part to ensure Barbados remains clean and reduce instances of littering. Already, government has passed legislation that can see perpetrators fined up to $20,000 if found to be guilty.
Stop littering. Stop illegal dumping. Stop putting chemicals in our gullies. Stop doing those harmful things that will destroy that which will protect not only us in this generation, but our children and our children's children. We must not leave it to them to be the champions of this fight. It must start from each one of us. And these are basic things that we can do.
With this year's Atlantic hurricane season underway and predicted to be as active as 2024, the Barbados Fisheries Division is leaving no stone unturned to ensure the fishing fleet is protected. As part of hurricane preparedness, a fishing vessel relocation plan has been implemented with the assistance of new Dockmaster MacAndrew Otley, the Barbados Port Inc. and Dockmaster at Port St. Charles, Alan Burkett.
To make sure that we have designated spaces for the vessels to go if there is a severe weather system approaching. So we have these harbors designated, so the shallow draft where we can accommodate about 70 boats, the careenage, which is dependent on availability but could accommodate a maximum of 40, and then Port St. Charles is willing to accommodate about 20, and this will be for vessels that are not insured. Port Ferdinand will accommodate insured vessels.
And in sports, cricket fans can look forward to an exciting showcase of world-class women's T20 cricket as the 2025 Massey Women's Caribbean Premier League comes to Guyana from September 6th to the 17th. The tournament will feature three teams, the Barbados Royals, Guyana Amazon Warriors, and Trinbago Knight Riders, who will battle it out over 6 group stage matches, culminating in a thrilling final on September 17th. This ends the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. Thank you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
As the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union turns 51, everyone is invited to join the 51st Annual General Meeting on Saturday, June 22nd, 2025 at the River Sally Government School starting at 3:30 p.m. It is more than just a meeting. It's a celebration of progress, unity, and your role in the credit union's journey. Need a ride? No problem. Transportation will be provided. Just contact the credit union to reserve your spot and get more details. Call us at 473-442-9870 or 442-2732. WhatsApp 405-0308 or 405-0302. Or you can email at info@riversilleycreditunion.com. Come be a part of the legacy. River Sally Cooperative Credit Union, strength in unity.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Too often, customers are counted but not valued, like mere numbers, statistics, transactions. But at Flow, we're prioritizing you, our valued customers who have been with us through every milestone, every moment. That's why we're putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers claim up to $400 in rewards for smartphones, groceries, and more when you add mobile to your current internet plan. Because loyalty isn't a one-way street. At Flow, loyalty flows both ways.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
This is Real Expressions Agriculture Thursday, only on 91.9 Real FM. From the soil to your soul, we growing real. From the mountain to the sea, farmers working endlessly, planting, fighting every row. Grenada's fruits forever grow. Sunrise brings the harvest call. Banana, nutmeg, feeding all. We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed. We grow real, grow Grenada.
Real Grow Grenada. Speaking of Grow Grenada, I need to ask Dr. Antoine something as it relates to something. Let me see if I could find him. I'll find Andre and BJ first. And then after I've found Andre and BJ, then I will be able to find Dr. Antoine. Okay, there he is. Okay, right. There we are. We're back again. 3 at 1 blow. Excuse me, Dr. Antoine, I know, I've heard, not that I know, I've heard that there's a project on, the whole water project. Is it GIZ or something?
Yes, Giz from Germany.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah, I've heard about this this thing where they're doing some things. I'm not too sure. I don't want to give GIZ a bad name here, but there's this program where they're cutting a lot of the blue maho trees. Have you heard about that, Doc?
Yes, I've heard of the idiotic, stupid act of destroying real forest trees to provide road, quote unquote, not road, a path for channeling and sending the water from Granditang down to St. David's. Destroying part of a forest to serve the interest of a private enterprise funded by the German government. G. Cruz and his gang and the Jiggies people who are funding that project, they in essence are literally taking quote unquote our spring water, natural spring water, carrying it to St. David's where potentially it can be used to be exported in ISO tanks over to Germany and sold at exorbitant price. That's a possibility. There's no assurance that would not be done. You and I know that most European countries use recycled water, right?
Yeah.
For them, pure spring water from Grenada would be a bonanza. Good quality water, high priced. They bring back the 45 million euros in 5 years' time. So yes, that's a fact. That's true. It's
Yeah,
occurring.
but some,
Guess out what, Andre? It's been done to the detriment of the community in Butch Grove, where the water table would be lowered in the first instance. The quality of water coming down through the Great River would be lowered, and that therefore affect economic activity that occurs with the river tubing people down lower the lower stream, downstream, and also affect ultimately the water content in the soil that has over the centuries made Butch Grove a very productive agricultural sector. And by golly, if you want to take 25% of that water out and you tell me it's safe and it wouldn't affect anything, then you must be talking to idiots, and I am not one of those.
So you tell me, in essence, we're creating a desert.
Sorry?
We're creating deserts in Grenada.
Well, not necessarily desert, but basically these guys come, they take our water, pure quality water, and harvest it and send it back to their countries or to use it in their private enterprises. We don't know exactly what they're going to do with it, but once it's in their control, they do whatever they want. They can make money out of our natural spring water. By the way, Andre, if they really wanted to solve a water problem in Grenada, they were in the best position to harvest the rainwater. Harvest the rainwater, store the rainwater, and have it available for your enterprise down in St. David's. No, they choose not to do that because why? They know they can make money out of our water. Besides, Andre, it's been known in the last 10, 15 years that these developed countries have been acquiring good quality source waters and farmlands in developing countries for the ultimate use. Down the road, farmland and water would be the major causes of wars, But it's another case, another story for another time. So
See,
yes,
but there's also I think I heard on a news clipping and that the person was speaking to blue maho being a problem in the forest because when the leaves fall and when it rains, then the leaves are preventing the water from going into the soil. So therefore, they needed to get rid of the blue maho because it is populated too much inside of the forest. I'm sure I heard that.
Andre, yes, I heard the same bloody story. Andre,
Oh, okay, there you go.
That's the hogwash they feed us, Andre. Blue maho was introduced immediately after Hurricane Janet as a means to help reforest the forests. Because a lot of the trees were destroyed, the blue maho grew and protected the forest and ensured that water continued to fall, rain continued to fall in the forest. So the blue maho, in addition to its great furniture value, has played a very significant role in ensuring our rainfall over the last 75 years or more since Hurricane Janet. It has protected our forest. So while all of a sudden the leaves are a problem, and only a specific area that leads from St. David's to 1910 that you're dealing with, come on, Andre, we're not born yesterday, right? That's why I say these guys continue to insult our intelligence and we just sit back and take it. I think the time is right for us to rebel and rebel in a serious and a more assertive and a more aggressive way, if you ask me. But enough.
Tell the politician. Tell the politician. The
Well, yeah, I
politician.
mean, how could you?
Look at him right there. Look at him right there.
Why do we allow ourselves to be bamboozled by these quote unquote white gods? Why are we afraid to challenge them and tell them get the hell out of our country and stop trying to rule us and tell us what is best in our best interest when you and I know best what is in our interest? They come assuming that they know what is best for us, and we fail to challenge them. If they really want to help us, Andre, then guess what they'll do? They'll ensure that we have develop our agricultural farms. They'll make sure we have agro-processing plants like they did for the Mali plant in Mali, and like they did for the lab, they did for GCNA, but they don't care about that. And you know why they give us those things too? Because they know we can't cherish it. We can't run them. Why don't they train us to run those things then? Provide us with the technical skills and capabilities to manage and run businesses. No, they come to rip us, take our water, take our forests, and do what they want with us and tell us how to live our lives and how to grow our society and stay poverty stricken.
And the thing is, Doc, is that we have lived all these years.
75 years.
75 years. We there and we're going strong, and all of a sudden somebody who's never lived 10 minutes in our country comes and say, oh, okay, that's not good for you anymore.
And the people who go along with it, guess what? Who they are, Andre? People who feel that they know best.
Them, BJ and them, the politicians. BJ.
And they fail to consult and interact with people who live on the ground, who understand their own conditions, who know exactly what's happening in the forest. There was a point in time when we had forest rangers maintaining and taking care of our forest trees to ensure they survive and thrive. Now you come and tell me some idiots telling us that we need to cut down the same maho that we've been protecting and cultivating and ensuring thrive because of some nonsense and stupid story that you and I believe. That's a lie.
Andre, Doc, assure Andre must have passed in a place called Fun Gully in Jamaica. He's been there for a long time. And you would see a lot of blue maho tree growing right in the forest there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it's there hundreds of years. Andre, sometimes it's not the best tree. But who determine what is best? Those trees have its advantage. They create a lot of rainfall. If you don't see trees, you don't see rain. Simple like that. And as far as the concern, that tree has its advantage and it maybe have a few disadvantage. But I'm sure the advantage would have outweighed the disadvantage in terms of tree and looking at comparing with other trees. And I have a problem with people, like for example, you take out a bearing tree or a huge tree, and you tell yourself, this is not the right tree for there. And a tree that is 100 years old, and you're going to plant one now. Well, when that tree going to reach the size of the other one and have that effect of as the 100-year-old tree. So we need to be I hear you talking about we need to be careful. I hear you talking about reforestation.
Mm-hmm.
Even that, Andre. Sometimes I think we can spend our money in areas that probably require urgent attention. Yes, I know we need to replant, and yes, I know our bamboos along the riverway can be a problem and stuff like that, and we need to deal with it. Andre, we need to prioritize. We need to spend money right now in the productive sector. This is the problem that we have. We countries underproducing. What we're depending on to sustain us is not sustainable. Selling passport is not sustainable. Tourism is a dicey business.
Dr. Antoine, BJ just said something there. BJ,
yes, Andrew,
you said a number of things right there.
A lot of things I'm telling you. I'm saying that we need to be careful. We need to spend the money in the productive sector. Every dollar that we have now, Andre, besides paying our current expenses, should be spent in the productive sector. And you have to prioritize that area. Areas that can bring in quick revenue and can ensure that you create jobs and opportunity, those are the areas you need to focus on right now. But we're not doing that. We have some long term. How much years it taking us to build the hospital? 7-10 years. And just 7-10 years, if you invest that money properly, 500 million, which you're going to do, if you invest it properly, you can build a hospital cash. Like how you meet 500 million in the treasury when you come in, you probably meet 20 million, 200 million or whatever, 700 million, whatever. Andrew, where are our reserve? Where is the reserve money strength or your economy? Andrew, is determined by the quantity of reserve that you have. If you don't have no reserve, your economy weak.
Let me add this point, BJ. I was talking before we went off the air on for the break about the opportunity cost that we have experiencing as regards the Blue Maho. Well, the money that they spent on Nawasa, the 45 million they spent to harvest our water from the Great River, why didn't we challenge them and say, okay, instead of cutting the Blue Maho to get your water down to La Sagesse, why don't you clear up the forest and remove the bamboo, balege, bois and vine that seems to occupy the hills and plant real trees, including Maho? A better choice and use of the money that they gave to us. But guess what? They're not interested in that. If they reforest the trees with the same Maho, guess what? We'll get greater rainfall, better quality rainfall. No,
I have a question here. Bamboo never grows far from the river. Am I correct?
No, you can bamboo inland too.
But most 80% of our bamboo
like
in
water.
Grenada is along our waterways.
Why so?
I don't know. That's what I feel. Am I wrong?
No, you're wrong. Bamboo grows almost anywhere you put a piece of bamboo. It will grow in Grenada.
So then the question,
in part because we have significant rainfall in almost most of Grenada.
Okay. So then my question is, because you said getting rid of bamboo, and I'm trying to understand this. I've grown up with the knowledge that bamboo helps keep up the banks of the rivers and those sort of things. But now I'm hearing we need to get rid of the bamboo.
Andre, the point I'm making here is
you said it and BJ said it. Both of you said it.
Well, here's the point. Here's the point.
Yeah, I want to hear BJ's point too. Let me hear yours.
If you go to the mountains today, most of what you see growing as greenery on the hills in the mountains is not trees, It's the grass, bamboo grass that you're seeing for the most part.
Okay.
Not forest trees, not wooden trees, not trees with strong cellulosic material in them. 1, 2. Couple that bamboo with a lot of the balege and the wakanu, which are lesser trees.
Feeble.
Yes. So the point I'm making is we used to have a strong forest, but hurricanes come and destroy a lot of it. And over the years, we failed to reforest the trees. So since Janet, replanting of the Baho, hurricanes came after that. And what did we do? We neglected the forest. And now these guys come and tell us we should get rid of the Maho from wherever they're doing it right up to 1910, I would assume. I don't know where they're going with it. But the point is, you cannot come and tell us when Maho has served us well, like all other trees, they have their pros and cons, but Maho has served us very well. And the question of optimization, BJ, how do you optimize which tree goes best in our forest? That requires some experimental work and time. And
very much so. Collection of data.
We know what trees we met there, We should be able to go pick up the trees in the forest, propagate them and replant them. Now we used to have a tissue culture plant one time in Tantine. That would have been a good point at which we could have taken the leaves and barks of trees and produce new trees and reforest our trees. We have not done that. Now we're getting money to take out so that they could come and harvest our water at will. And we sit down and saying that's normal. No, it's not normal. That's theft. It's no different from going into the Congo and stealing the people's diamonds and cobalt and uranium in Angola. It's theft, pure and simple. No different from what used to be occurring when the days they enslaved the Africans in the Caribbean and took the results of their labor back into the colonies and said they're wealthy and we poor. I'll leave it for you guys to continue the discussion.
BJ needs to speak on the whole thing about the bamboo. BJ, you have not spoken about it.
Bamboo
You didn't
can
speak
be
on
a very invasive species,
Mhm.
and because of the value that it can demand in Grenada, I would remove it and plant other trees of higher economic value. Hence my reason for saying that something that yes, in some places it can be removed and put in trees of higher economic value.
That is the
And
problem, That is the problem.
Also, Andre, because of the nature of bamboo, it's a grass. It's easily erodable. If you have it along riverbanks and stuff like that, in the dry season, and if you don't have heavy rainfall, you're okay. But from time to time, if you're passing Baltazar, that low bridge, you will see it's blocked up by bamboo from upstream and stuff like that. So we are saying that, hang on, something, if it's done properly, if you plant the appropriate trees in the right places, then you will have less of those kind of problem. Because think about it, you might see a bamboo tree coming downstream, but it's not just bamboo, it's bamboo on soil, because when you have that erosion taking place, the bamboo goes with the soil too also, and we're losing those soil, we're losing our riverbanks and stuff like that. So I have no problem in we spending money and doing a scientific assessment and putting in the right trees. However,
We're taking out the bamboo, but we ain't putting nothing in. That's basically what
no man. We're taking out the bamboo and probably not just what we're putting in. I'm saying that probably before you start even putting in the bamboo, you probably can start putting in trees.
Yes, I'm saying, but we're taking it out because that's what the whole thing is.
Here's an example of a tree.
But what are we putting in?
Well, Andre, I'm saying, listen.
Hold on, Doc.
I'm not speaking what those people are doing. I'm giving you the scientific method.
Okay.
How it should be done.
Take the bamboo and put it somewhere.
And Andre, there are bamboos. I don't know. There are different species of bamboo. A lot. And you see in China and those places, you see single bamboo growing. You don't see bamboos in clumps and stuff like that. So
we could do that.
We can do those and plant them further inland and stuff like that. So if you want to, harvest bamboo and do other things with bamboo, like with craft and those kind of things. However, Andre, I am always of the opinion that wherever crops can be grown, whether it be tree crops or other crops, we should grow it, but we should choose the appropriate crop for the specific area.
We have a call online, Dr. Antoine. Can we take the call and then we come to you, sir?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Caller, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew Donald and the gentleman.
Good morning.
Mr. Bridgman, good morning.
How are you?
Yes, first of all, I've been holding on a very long time.
That's good.
And I heard all what was being said about me before. I wouldn't call back the program again. I'm not a human being and all the rest.
Who's saying not a human being?
You said it, not this morning, you said it last week.
Okay.
You said it last week.
Well, that gone already?
Yeah, forget away. It's gone.
Water under the bridge?
Yeah, the water under the bridge is important too.
Yeah, okay. Talk to me.
In spite of all of that, I want to say that what you said this morning, when you started talking about the representative in agriculture, the farmers representative, I was total agreement with 95% or more.
Give me all now, man. Give me all now.
No, I won't give you all. I know who you are, and you know I am, so I won't give you all. That was a truth. Total truth. The farmers representative in the Senate, yes, he talks, yes, he advocates for farmers, but I don't think he's following his direction. I was one of the first person after this thing came out. After this, he spoke in the Senate concerning the farm roads, the development of farm roads. I was one of them that spoke on Shaggy program and advised that the farmers representatives should do more, should hold more seminars, more meetings with the farmers, should be more dialoguing with the farmers, instead of just going to the parliament and make a statement that he feels to, just to grow his specialty. I am satisfied totally with you that the farmers representative, even with the way they select people to win in the Senate. We know
Mm.
it's more a political thing. When an MP in power, you look for an MP. When NDC in power, you look for NDC.
Mm.
And that is one of the things that mash up a lot of the boards. We have too much people play, and BJ knows that.
Speak,
Too much people
Clifford,
playing.
speak. I am listening.
Too much people play politics when the government or the person they're representing, they're supporting, is on the boards. And that is killing agriculture.
That's true.
There's a lot of avenues that the Ministry of Agriculture could get into. But the main reason is people who is heading those projects do little or nothing. Since Adam is a little boy, we're talking about government lands. People are holding government lands. NMP come, he remain the same way. NDC come, he remain the same way. Revolution government come, he remain the same way. Government take a set of lands from farmers, he remain the same way. Mostly all the estates, they started taking the estate in Gary time. Then you come to NDC time. I don't know if NMP take any estate. But the same principles continue. Because why? We politically minded too much. If I say I praise the government for something I do, NMP want to kill me, oh, you change. I am prepared to support anything that any government do that is going to benefit Grenada.
That's how you should live, Clifford. If it's good, it's good.
Right? That's my way. I am an NMP supporter. But when NMP do things that I'm not satisfied with, I am going to criticize it. And when NDC do something that I think is right, I am going to praise it. But I'm saying we have too much of this party politics things going on, and it's killing our agriculture in Grenada.
Before you go, I must let you know, it seems like if people miss you, I don't miss you, but people miss you.
I expect that you miss me.
Yeah,
but I'm saying once it's in the interest of the state, I'm prepared to talk out.
That's how you should live,
When you're ready
Clifford.
to stop me from your station, which is your personal station, okay? But as long as you don't stop me from your personal station, and I ain't do nothing wrong, the police have never arrested Clifford Bridgeman yet. I'm 77 years, and I've never been held by a police yet for wrongdoing.
Okay.
I was a member of the same farm watch organization. I see it come back now again.
Come back?
Yeah, it come back. They train persons
Uh-huh.
who I think has been supposed to start work Tuesday gone. Right? Again, that is a camouflage again. NMP trained them, started it. It was working good under Mr. That gentleman was Commissioner of Police.
Martin.
Mr. Martin.
Yeah.
He was the first person that started that, and he started in Victoria St. Mark's. But we play around with it too much. Fellas have little or nothing to do. When every time you call, they don't have transport. The officer gonna do something else and whatnot. We can't play games with these things and them. Take all the politics in them and these things and them would work. You need the farm watch, but it's too much a game around. I could give you problems with the farm watch from the day it started to now. We have to change this thing.
Oh, by the way, let me give you a little bit of information before I forget. Your friend, Michael Batiste, is on tomorrow morning from 7:30 to 8:30, yeah?
Right, and tell him please leave his number when he was.
No. What I give you the man number for? What I give you my number for? What you want to call him for?
My good friend.
You good? Okay. I have his number.
Right, but I like to have his number too.
You gotta pay me
He
for
gave me
that.
some time ago, but I forgot it.
Oh, okay.
When we was drinking to rum shop together.
Hey, but it's beer you just drink. How come you in the rum shop and you drinking beer?
We need rum shop, but he buying what I drinking.
Oh, he buying. All right, good for that. Yeah. How you doing?
So yes, I'm supporting Mr. BJ, but I'm saying I hope that it will not be like the others. We don't just go and talk agriculture there. Come up with programs. Right now, this government, all the programs that is going on there now in agriculture, is programs that NMP initiate, you know. And they just slip there. You see that the NMP begs with you. I am an NMP. All the programs you see, these animals coming in, farmers getting their land, getting land, all that was started and start implementing by the NMP.
Clifford?
We sit back on it.
Clifford?
Yeah.
Before you go, Andre Donald for Senator Agriculture?
No. And I hold BJ supporting that. I mean, no. Andrew Donald to serve as a manager, yes. Andrew Donald as farmers represented in the Senate, no. Andrew Donald is equipped enough to do a managerial job. Andrew Donald is equipped enough to do a announcement to
fire.
Yes, to quiz the people, the ministers and so. Yes, but Andrew Donald is not too involved in agriculture enough to put him as senator for this.
Fire. Fire for you.
It will always be fire for me. But
hey, gotta go, my brother. Take care of yourself.
Same thing.
All right, good. It's really Clifford could not support me as senator. He has never supported that.
No.
At least he stayed true to form. He has never supported Andrew Donald as senator. That's not good.
It's 9:30 now.
It's 9:30. So Doc, I want you to stay there. I'm going to take a commercial break. Oh, let's take this one call and then we take a commercial break. So let's go to the WhatsApp. Good morning to you.
Good day, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Quick mention. I find it very peculiar that the government administration had put extraction laws in place for bodies of water, and now we're hearing that they have plans for more or less farming the water and exporting it to other groups.
Well, we're not sure if they're exporting it there, but we know they're gonna take it from the Grande Tang area. We're not too sure if they're gonna export it.
Say again?
I say we know that they're gonna be moving water from the Grande Tang area into St. David's, but we can't say that they're going to export it. We don't have those facts as yet.
But that's a possibility. You cannot dictate what they do with it.
An alleged proposal? Can we use that term?
Say that again. Say that again.
An alleged proposal?
Alleged. Yes, you could say that.
Alleged proposal. Yes, I find it very, very peculiar. Also, a question I've been trying to ask, based on the treaty model representation of the medical city, the treaty model had a big waterway, almost like a light pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much cubic meters of water would be needed for the project? Like, where would they get access to the water to fit or resemble the model that they have in the treaty model?
I have
last thing.
Yeah.
There was someone that I saw a report. There was someone talking about a bridge, and they had some problems with the bridge because the water was undermining it. And more or less what they said is that they made preparation and resolved to fixing the problem was more or less cutting off the water. Isn't that affecting the water table? Or wouldn't that allegedly affect the water table?
Yeah.
Also?
Yeah.
I think these are some concerns that we should be paying attention to.
Most definitely.
Have a nice one.
Take care. Have a great one. We're gonna take a commercial break, and BJ, we're gonna come back. But Doc, don't go away. Don't go away. I want you to be a part of this morning with BJ. This is real. This is 91.9. Stay with us.
1.9 Real FM. From the soil to your soul. We're growing real. We salute the ones who feed with every hand and every seed.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sizzles. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sizzles. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sizzles. Sizzles. Express your style with Color by Sizzles.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun. In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
As the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union turns 51, everyone is invited to join the 51st Annual General Meeting on Saturday, June 22nd, 2025 at the River Sally Government School starting at 3:30 p.m. It is more than just a meeting. It's a celebration of progress, unity, and your role in the credit union's journey. Need a ride? No problem. Transportation will be provided. Just contact the credit union to reserve your spot and get more details. Call us at 473-442-9870 or 442-2732. WhatsApp 405-0308 or 405-0302. Or you can email at info@riversallycreditunion.com. riversalleycreditunion.com. Come be a part of the legacy. River Sally Cooperative Credit Union, strength in unity.
This is Real Expressions Agriculture Thursday. Only
Good
on
morning,
91.9.
Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. My name is Andrew Donald, and I did promise BJ that the final 20 minutes or so of the program will be kind of like coming his way. Yeah. And he is still here with us, most definitely. So we do this first, and then after doing that, then we go here and we go here to add Dr. and Twine. And we're back, three of us back. BJ.
Yes, Andrew.
You've really entered into the political sphere. So if all things go the way you want them to go, in a couple of years, you'll be saying, you know, that program, I used to be a foundation member of that program, and Dr. Entwine and I will still be here, but at that time we'll be able to criticize you even more. How's things going for you politically, BJ? Just wanting to find out how things going for you. Doc, you want to find that out too, right?
Certainly, definitely.
Andre, before I answer your question, I think you get a preamble wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next couple of years, you will be whatever, and me and Dr. Antoine would be here still, and next one, we all would be here still.
We all will be here.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I would still be on my Thursday program.
BJ,
whenever I do find the time.
That is how you're proving to be a politician. That is how politicians are stuck. So I ain't really. Don't commit yourself.
Andre.
We will invite you from time to time.
There we go.
Yeah,
you don't understand me. Like everyone else. Andre, how things going politically?
Mm-hmm.
I should think what I should say.
I don't know.
Satisfactorily.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. People are getting to know me better day by day. I put up my hand and it seems to telling me, BJ, you are doing the right thing. So the encouragement is there. My commitment, you don't have to worry about that. 100%. And I think I would have the support necessary in order to do the job. I would have you, I would have Doc.
Not necessarily me. I don't know about Doc. Doc could have this.
I can't book ticket on you, no?
No.
All right. No one know.
Yeah, don't book ticket on Andre at all. Yeah. You probably have Doc, but I don't know about Andre here. But
we'll bring along Andre, don't we?
Why would anybody want to support you? Why?
Andre, I am.
What's different?
Let me tell you what is different.
Mm-hmm.
If I do get elected,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be taking sides. That's the first thing, like the politicians are now doing.
When you say taking sides, what do you mean?
Well, I would be more or less representing green and yellow, not just green. I'll be representing everybody. If there is a red and somebody give me a GLP red badge to pin on me a few days ago, you know.
Your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be your brother. So your brother can practice that.
Yeah. And Andre, would you believe that if somebody would, there is a color that imagine, how do you call it, orange? Yeah, I would be, representing everybody, Andre, not some people. Clifford just make that point,
Mm-hmm.
And we too divisive. We too have, we colorblind. We only see our color and that's that. And some of our leaders are preaching it, if you're not yellow, you're not getting it. If you're not green, you're not getting anything. And the only reason why green getting something is because I didn't know who they was and those kind of things. Those statements are divisive by nature. It's not good. It's not palatable. It's not even good for the ears. Things like that. You're not even supposed to hear those. Far less to come from somebody who, you think or who is a leader in your country. Nope, you shouldn't be making those kind of statement. Andre, I'm not color blinded. I am for development. I am for progress. I am for moving the agriculture sector forward. I am for creating small industries, sustainable ones. I am for unity and, you know, collectivism. I am not that kind of person who doesn't understand that, something, in order to get certain things done, you need everybody and you need everybody energy 100%. That is the problem, Andre. We're trying to develop with a few people and we want to leave some behind. You couldn't get true and genuine development that way. And I'm not speaking that. I lived through that already. I have the experience, Andre. I've seen what politicians who show up and basically want to take side. I see what happened to them in the end. People suddenly find.
But most politicians start off by saying exactly what you're saying, BJ. Well, I'm not going to take side. I'm going to represent everybody.
No.
And then down the road, bro, you're gone, right, Doc? That's how they start off.
Andre, how many times you said, BJ, don't come on my radio station anymore. I don't want to see you in my eyesight. And I'm tired of you and whatever. Andre, I'm still here.
I told you that?
I know you forget.
Well,
like if you tell Clifford what you told him, what make you think you should tell me to come back in my place, BJ. I had enough for you, blah blah blah. Andre, I'm not easily get derailed. You see, you know what is the difference, Andre? I'm not looking for a job.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking, Andre, to give back. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for opportunities to basically pay for, how I should put it, looking for opportunities to show the gratitude that the people in St. Patrick's East would have shown to me when I was growing up. Like people like Big T and Miss Mabel and Mr. Jaji and them. You think if I used to get this little bread and butter, I would have survived, Andre? And all the people in Rosier, Muffman, and all the drivers and all the conductors and all of those things. Andre, I dedicate the rest of my life to serving my people.
But BJ, you don't have much longer to live.
That's why I want to do it quick. Only 10 years. If I get all that again. So in order for me to leave my mark, Andre, am I not supposed to serve at the highest level and do things in that of a mark nature?
BJ, what's your biggest challenge because you intend to do so? Doc, I think he's going to, he wants to run for the St. Patrick East.
St. Patrick's East.
What's your biggest challenge there?
In relation to?
What's your biggest challenge?
Challenge in relation to?
Challenge.
You live there?
No. What is your biggest challenge in relation to St. Patrick East?
I tell you, I just give my biggest challenge. You live in my constituency. You are my biggest.
Come on, no. Let's be real. Come on.
My biggest challenge, Andrew, I think people. I don't think they know me very, very well because over the last decade or 2 decades or whatever, been working extremely hard and hardly have time to socialize very much. And people seem to think that I am not very friendly. And I don't think they're getting that aspect of things right. So that's my biggest challenge, Andre, to basically let people know who I am. I think I have a task explaining that.
You think that's a task?
It is a task because Andre, sometimes people just perceive you a particular way, and since before they see you coming, they see you that way. They make the preempt judgment about you, and sometimes that's not who you are at all. And I think that's the only problem I think I'm facing because kind of isolated doing farming for the last 2-3 decades. I'm more concentrated on my farm, and I don't like parties and stuff like that. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't socialize very much. Sometimes when you get outside there, it's like fight and those kind of thing. So I like to see people enjoy themselves. I get my joy, Andre, from watching people have fun. Actually, like to see people have fun. That's what I feed off, Andre. That's where I get my energy from. Passing and seeing people, enjoying themselves, people having enough to eat and to drink. I get a sense of satisfaction from seeing those.
BJ, you've just said something that is really, and Julie, if you don't deal with it, it more than likely would haunt you.
Yes, Andre.
Which is you don't socialize.
No, not very much. I don't.
But you'd have to.
Well, yes, but I don't socialize, and I know that's a problem because people seem to think, BJ don't do this and BJ don't do that. Andre, I have clothes that I go to school with 40 years ago that I still wear today. Because I don't get big and I don't get small, and as soon as I start socializing and eating and drinking of odd times and stuff like that. Because when you socialize, you have to do those, and then I get put on extra weight and start feeling sick and all of those. I still play football, and run 90 minutes on those, and that is based on how I live, or what I eat, and the time I take my rest and all of those. So sometimes he had to break those, routine and programs. But I'm trying out there a bit more, talking to people, and didn't realize that BJ was that funny.
Is BJ funny?
Very much so. Everything somebody tell me.
Give me a joke.
Give you a joke, Andre. Yeah. Just sitting in front of you is a joke,
Well, at least he laughed. I ain't laughing at it. You already
Andre, just sitting in front of you is a joke.
So I'm a joke.
Well, listen, Andre, I see the funny side to everything. Even when people are speaking very serious matter, I see the funny side to everything. And just being with you this morning, how you choke up in your tie and you have your typing and the way you look this morning, that itself is a joke for me. I see the funny side to that. You wouldn't see the funny side.
Okay, so yeah, Doc, I can, I can rebound from that. Here's my rebound. What's the funny side of NNP?
The funny side,
of the party
of my political party.
Yeah,
the funny side.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
The funny side.
I'm waiting.
Just one side. Oh, sides, which one? The funny side.
I stump him with that day, yeah?
Let me see. The funny side of NNP.
BJ.
Not scrutinizing.
Your time you
don't want me to listen.
No, but look at the time. Look at the time. And it's not me. The time is up. News is going to interrupt you.
Oh, the funny side to NNP is having you on board.
Having me on board? No, come on. You know better than that. I ain't answer the question. That people laughing at you with that one. People laughing at you with that one. I know I was gonna stump you. See, you just decide you want to do so and bad beat me this morning, but no, you have to understand. Andre always has a way of coming back.
Yeah, your boss.
Yeah. But it was nice talking to you. And again, next week, God's willing, we'll try to do the half an hour. We only got 15 minutes this morning. But we'll try to do the half an hour with you again so that people can get to know you a bit more.
That would be nice, Andre.
Yeah.
And thanks for allowing me these few minutes on your program for that specific purpose. At least I thought you were funny, but you're not so funny. At least you allow me some of your time for free.
No, BJ, you got to pay for that. That's not free. Are you crazy? You kidding me? Dr. Entwine, final words from you. Hello?
Doc probably gone.
No, Doc can't just disappear on us just like that. Doc is still there.
Endeavors and things work out for the better. As regards the way forward, I still think we need good representation on behalf of our farmers. But as farmers, we need to continue lobbying and pleading for better service and accountability from our representatives.
Still supporting Andre, Doc?
Sorry?
Still supporting Andre for senator?
Well, it wasn't that part of the joke for the morning. No, but if I'm very serious, I'll support him. I must be honest with you. Andrew, they'll ask you where's your 5 acres of land located, and you have to say Bocage, right?
My 5 acres of land, you may be surprised.
In Libera.
You may be
At least we know you own land and you're farming, you know.
All of them who are asking me that must know that squatting is not illegal in grade. Hey guys, thanks, take care, and have a wonderful one, yeah?
All right, have a great one.
Okay, then, bye-bye. It's Realist 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com, broadcasting from studios located Main Street Stairs inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. News, that's next. Stay with us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest